Hello, wonderful people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. This is Joy here with you. I'll be doing a fragrance review from the house of Tom Ford today. And the fragrance I have today for you is called Tom Ford Noir De Noir. This particular private collection perfume. This is not my bottle, so thanks to my brother Anis Zaman bhai for passing me this bottle to test and review. And I really feel sorry because on the way he was coming here, his phone was snatched from him, iPhone, and every time seems like a bad luck that he comes and visits me. Despite all that, he comes to see me all the time from very, very far distant places. So thank you so much, bhai, and I'm really sorry for your loss. Hopefully you will recover soon, and I'm glad that you are okay. So Tom Ford fragrances, they have two separate lines. One is the designer line, more of their I'm sorry, today I got beaten in my tongue, so it's a little bit swallowed. So if I sound like I'm mumbling a little bit, yeah, that's because of that. So yeah, Tom Ford has the designer side, more affordable, but still very, very like $150 around that price range. They have their designer side, and they have their private collection, which are more like 250, 350, 550, that kind of price range. So I have done so far about I think 12 or 11 Tom Ford fragrance reviews, and all thanks to my brothers who lend me their bottles. I only own two of them in my collection, both from designer side. I love Black Orchid and Tom Ford Noir Extreme. So I'll give you a little bit comparison with those as I go on and review. Let's look at the presentation. This fragrance comes in 50, 100 and 250 ml flacon. This is the 100 ml that I have today. This is the cap, or the top rather, like just like any other Tom Ford would be. Here you go. Tom Ford Noir De Noir. This is EDP 100 ml. Very simplistic. Golden sticker here, very nice. This very nice hard box. The back, some more information, and then perhaps the ingredients. Here's the bottle. I love their bottles a lot. Presentation is really gorgeous. Gorgeous. Sorry, my tongue. Yeah. So Noir De Noir, Tom Ford, EDP, and at 100 ml. Here at the bottom. The thing is, one of this thing I do not like about this bottle presentation, I'll tell you soon. These and MOH, both of them really have some problems with them. Okay, so basically, yeah, it stays in there but not very deep down, so that if you open the box, if you're not careful, you might drop and break them. And it's like golden podium in there. It says EDP in front, 100 ml and all that, and back there it says made in USA and other information. Bottom you're gonna find your batch code and stuff like that printed, or lasered rather. So this bottle is really beautiful, just like any other Tom Ford. Many other companies in UAE, they actually copied this bottle design because very popular. And I believe this bottle, it's like you can see through. If you put it against the light, you can see how much juice you have left with. And up there it's this Tom Ford in golden plate, very, very premium posh touch. And when you open it, you find the atomizer golden, and the inside is kind of like cream colored. So bottom, you're gonna find your sticker. So this fragrance I have on my hand for a very long time here. So this is a very, very potent fragrance, okay? And I'll tell you my history with it. I actually have experience rather with this DNA. I'll tell you what I mean. And let's spray this and talk about it. Sprayers are good, not the best, but got good distribution. Actually, you do not need so much of this stuff. It's very potent. This perfume, I think, is for unisex or women, I don't know. But there is a dominance of rose in there. So basically, rose is favored by women, but men love this fragrance a lot, just like women. So let me talk about the season. The season, I think the best outcome you're gonna get with this is winter, cold weather. This is such a comforting, delicious, gourmand, mysterious, and I would say there's a word I'm looking for. It's like sensual, sexy, and kind of like, did I say mysterious already? Yeah. Those are the some of the ways I can describe this perfume with. This is really, really potent. I mean, your lasting power is, you're gonna get beast mode from this. I get about, every time I wear it, about in the summertime, I'm getting about 6 to 7 hours easily, which is very, very difficult in the hot weather. This is for nighttime wearing. I think perfect occasion would be dating. If you're going for like some dinner time or movies, or going with a bunch of people, if you like to impress people, if you want people to notice your perfume, this is a perfume to wear. Very sexy. So let me tell you my story with this. When I started my journey, I'm going to make it a little bit longer today because I want to express my video in my videos that what I really feel about perfumes. Okay, the story of Tom Ford is I always found this house very sexy. I tried so many of the perfumes from the miniature samples. I did review some of them, but I couldn't review all because I couldn't own. They're very expensive. So when I started my journey, I really wanted to try some of them, but all I could afford was the clones. So first thing that I bought, like I think there was one of my brothers in the community. Um, who is it? I don't remember. One of the brothers who told me that this is a niche quality perfume similar to Noir De Noir. That is Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Women, not the men. That one is an Aventus clone, but this is the golden cap and the golden, the locket version. So this is Club de Nuit Intense Women. So this is a very kind of like, even if you think Tom Ford is a beast mode perfume, this is something like nuclear. It's gonna last forever, project forever, unless you take a shower. This is not gonna leave your skin within 24 hours. So already I paid about less than $30 to get this. I think it was Farhad Bhai from Bangladesh, who is working in Standard Chartered Bank. Very, very handsome gentleman and very good nose, great collector as well. And he has enthusiasm for cars. So he told me, like, get this, and I got it under his recommendation. I loved it. But unfortunately, this fragrance, you cannot pull it off without winter time. It's so intense. It has very strong, balmy kind of opening, and that the fragrance can make literally anyone sick. Some people really hated it. Some people really loved it. I happen to love it, but with half spray. Like, even if I wear it, I just do not go overboard with it. So that was my taste of Noir De Noir, and I loved it. Then I tried Noir De Noir in Sterling Enterprise one time. They had a miniature box set. I tried it, but it was like a small miniature, so I couldn't smell much. But I felt like it was a good perfume. So let me give you like what is the difference between this, which is like almost $300, versus $30 or less. What are the differences? Just take it out of the way. Performance wise, no doubt this is gonna last longer, much longer, but here's the difference. They smell a lot alike, but this is a lot more intense than this. But here in this Tom Ford, this is the fragrance which is better made. This is a fragrance that is much more sophisticated, much more smoother, no rough edges like the Armaf, which you cannot complain. You get 105 ml for less than $30. So if you want to get a taste of Noir De Noir, you can get this. But if you want Tom Ford quality, this is it. I'm not gonna say this is gonna be like replacing this with all the charisma that Noir De Noir gives you. Noir De Noir gives you kind of like a think of a little bit like Tom Ford Noir Extreme, that sweetness you get, cardamom, kulfi, kind of like a sweet, like nighttime outing, sexy kind of perfume. You get that vibe from this. But what you also get is truffles, chocolates, which you get in Black Orchid. They're all themed for nighttime. The Noir versions, they're all themed for nighttime. I have Noir Anthracite sample of it. So I believe this is a kind of like familiar territory. If you know Tom Ford line, you can actually see like how they play with the notes. Really love this perfume, guys. I mean, if you are not a big fan of sweet perfumes, rose-based perfumes, avoid it by any means. The base, you're gonna get some vanilla, and I believe there is oak moss or something like that. I don't remember, but major players are the truffle chocolatey feel. The rose, you get a little bit of that. That the one I mentioned just now is creamy vanilla and stuff like that. Those are your major players. This is by far one of my favorite rose-based perfumes, and I believe like this fragrance is kind of like similar to Cafe Rose in some way, but I like this over Cafe Rose. I have a sample of Cafe Rose. So this perfume is not for everybody. This perfume is for people if you like Lyric Man, Declaration d'un Soir, Cafe Rose, if you like Noir Extreme, if you like Black Orchid, this is gonna be easy love for you. When you smell it, it just projects so beautiful. It's kind of spicy as well, but the fragrance just has saffron as well. That's the spices that you get. So overall, fantastic masterpiece of a fragrance. Tom Ford hardly disappoints you, but some of the fragrances are kind of, you feel, not gonna really have the push, but they actually do. So this fragrance, you get beast mode performance, amazing smell, very original. Many people copied this, but Noir De Noir stands one of those. Tobacco Vanille, Tuscan Leather. If you talk about Oud, Wood, like there are a lot of other big fragrances. This is right up there with those. If you make top 7, this is gonna be right up there. So Noir De Noir, definitely check it before you buy it, because you might be put off by that feminine vibe that it gives off sometimes, but it's so lush. It's like, it's really, really beautiful. I don't know if it's my mind or what, but I get hint of oud somewhere. I mean, the Club de Nuit Intense Women had perhaps a little bit oud of it, but it's somewhere between oud and the truffle kind of like chocolatey feel. It's very intense in this. So it mixes with the vanilla, gives you sort of like a Middle Eastern feel. The saffron and the oud kind of like plays with that vanilla, but it doesn't really lean too much on that Arabian side. So definitely check it out. I would give this a masterpiece 10, but for people out there who are just starting their fragrance collection, perhaps not gonna like it. I did not really love it at first. I liked it, then slowly understood, and I loved it. So thanks Anis Zaman bhai for this bottle. I hope you enjoy this perfume. Everybody remember, this is a winter perfume. If you wear this in the high heat, it will choke you, and it will really, really choke you bad. Okay, so wonderful winter perfume, very mysterious, dark, sweet, sexy, and spicy perfume. Noir De Noir by Tom Ford Private Collection. That's my review. Perfect 10 in my books. Take care, guys. I'll do one more review, then I will sign off today. Bye bye.